Shopping for clothes, it's all fun and games until the credit card bill rolls in. Am I right? We're talking about style debt, people. I have had so many clients come to me searching for their sense of style and feeling embarrassed because when they tried to find their style on their own, the only thing they were left with was a massive pile of debt. It is so easy to shop our ways into debt. I have done it myself. I've gotten myself out of it, but it's a real thing. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, before we get started, my name is Lauren Messiah. I am a personal stylist, and my special sauce is combining personal development with style. That way, you get to find your most true, authentic self from the inside out. So not only are you going to look better, you're going to be better, and you're going to feel better. But let's get down to business. Today's video, we're going to talk about how to avoid getting in debt because of style. Now, I'm no financial expert, so there's a whole bunch of other ways that you can get into debt. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about how style specifically can land you in some financial hot water and how you can avoid those things so you don't go into debt. So you can buy clothes, find your sense of style, be okay with you, who you are and what you wear, so you don't have to spend a bunch of money that you don't have, okay? So let's just hop right into it, starting with a story. So we're gonna hop around it, then we're gonna hop into it. I never had credit cards. Like when I was in high school, I didn't have a credit card. When I was in college, I didn't have a credit card. My parents didn't let me use their credit card. I had my allowance, and that was that. I felt like I was pretty sound with my relationship with money until after college when I left to move to California. I lived in Virginia, moved to Los Angeles, and my parents suggested that I get one credit card for emergency purposes only. So I got a Costco credit card so I could get into Costco, to get my bulk items when you're a, broke 20-something moving to Los Angeles. And if something emergency came up, I could use the card. Well, it didn't take long for me not to use the card for emergencies. I was using the card for bar tabs. I was using the card to buy a new head-to-toe outfit every time I freaking went out. Remember, I was in my 20s. I was like 24, 25, 26. I think I really racked up that card until maybe 28. I mean, I was giving that Amex a workout for real. But every time I went out, I would go and buy a new outfit. And it just became this massive pile of clothes that I didn't even like, stuff that I would wear once, but an even more big, huge, massive pile of debt. So I eventually got myself out of debt, got to do my debt-free scream. And from that day forward, I was like, we're not doing that anymore because that was super duper painful. So I've researched and gone through what got me into that level of hot water and the things that I saw with my clients that got them into that level of debt because of their clothing shopping habits. So let's talk about them. Number one, there's three big ones. Number one is buying to impress the sales associates. Now, not everybody watching will be able to identify with this first one, but the people that do identify, they identify. There is some approval seeking that happens when you're out shopping and you want the people working there to think some type of way about you. So I feel like for me, especially being a minority, there's already this prejudgment that happens when you walk inside of a store. And my ladies of color, you'll get it immediately what I'm talking about here. But You walk into the store and you automatically feel less than. You automatically have that feeling that the sales associates think that you're there to steal something, or you're there to not buy and to like waste their time. And, you know, way back when, this is not my reality anymore, but I would want to prove them wrong, not only about me, but just like as a collective. I wanted to show them like, I have money, I can afford to shop here, I can buy stuff. So I would want their approval to show them like I'm worthy of being in this store, of having, you know, great clothes, of purchasing things. And the more you do that, you then start to not actually have the money and you're using the money on your credit card because you want to impress them. I've had other clients in the past that were big time like hoarders when it came to clothing. Really good clothing too, but definitely like, you know, touching on hoarder territory. And they would develop these kind of false friendships with sales associates because it feels good. I've had that happen as well. Like you go into a store, everybody knows your name, they know your taste. It feels like a friend. And you would hate to disappoint a friend by not purchasing something from their store or allowing them to get that commission. So you're people pleasing. Straight up, you're people pleasing. And you're people pleasing your way into debt. And they don't give a shit about your debt. They're not thinking about you, but you're putting too much power in them. So that's got to stop. That's got to stop. You've got to prioritize yourself and not some strangers that you want approval from. Okay? Number 2, buying to impress strangers on the internet. I think a lot of us are guilty of this. And this can be strangers on the internet. It can even be people in person, but especially on the internet, there's this internet flex that is happening. This internet flex where you feel like you've got to keep up. Everybody's got a Gucci belt. You think you need a Gucci belt. Everyone's got a different outfit on their grid. You know, every outfit picture, it's a new look. They don't repeat stuff. You feel like you've got to keep up with that. This happens a lot in business too. If you are in business for yourself, if you're the face of your brand, if you've got to show up a lot and do content, there's that undercurrent of, I've got to impress these people. I've got to look successful. I have to have them trust me. So I've got to buy all of these things, which there's a small kernel of truth to that, but it's in no way the complete truth. So you are your brand and you do have to show a certain authority, a certain polish. If you're appealing to a very specific type of client, you've got to be able to relate to that. You can't say that you're going to serve these high-end clients that carry the latest, greatest Chanel and Birkins and Louboutins, and you got your clothes at Target. There's a disconnect there with the customer that maybe they're like, I don't think she gets me. I don't think she's ever even been to this store to recognize. So there's a certain level where you do have to level up in the style department, but not to the point where you're burying yourself in debt. I've talked about this in past videos. You can go and watch them. But there's other ways to get good things. There's, you know, buying high-end consignment. There's vintage. There's thrifting. There's styling your clothes in a way that make you look more polished and more expensive. But if you get into that trap, you got to be careful of the trap because it will drive you into debt. When I first started working with high-end clients, I saved up and I bought myself like a nice pair of Louboutins. Those were like the shoe of the moment. That was a success shoe. And I felt more successful. I felt powerful. I felt like I belonged in the room, but I had to make it stop there until I found my own success to be able to just purchase those just as regular shoes. And now I can buy Louboutins if I want to, like I'd buy a shoe anywhere else. But I didn't dig myself into a hole of debt with a wall of Louboutins when I didn't have any money in the bank. You might have to extend yourself the first time to feel that high vibrational success energy in clothing, but not go past that. The third thing is keeping up with the Joneses. So really all of these we could put under the umbrella of people pleasing. If you stop people pleasing, you won't get yourself into style debt. But keeping up with the Joneses is, these are people that you know, like people that you're around that are in your circle, people that you're having this like unspoken competition with. That crap has got to stop. So it was funny. I was in the hair salon a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about, clothes, and there was this dinner thing, and everyone's picking out their outfits and whatnot. And the outfit I picked, someone was like, these shoes would look perfect. These new Tom Fords, they'd look great with that. I was like, I kind of like these. They're like, no, it's all about the Tom Fords. And like for a half a second, I was like, I gotta get those Tom Fords. I gotta get those Tom Fords because everyone else is gonna be flexing hard. Everyone else is gonna be doing this. I gotta keep up. They're gonna have the latest, greatest. Right now, it's not in my financial budget to buy Tom Ford shoes. Can I afford Tom Ford shoes? Yes. Does it fit into my budget? No. Do I want those Tom Ford shoes? No, not really. But if I got swept up in the cool kids talk of wanting that approval, of wanting to keep up, because everybody else that was having that chat, I mean, they buy designer stuff like it's Pez, like it's Tic Tacs, So you've got to keep that awareness, because it is very natural to want to get swept up, because it is that people-pleasing tendency, which is something that can take on any human, whether it's fashion related or not. But if you have insecurities around your style, or if you're trying to cultivate your style, that people pleasing can really grasp on. So to recap, look out for purchasing to impress sales associates. Look out for purchasing to impress invisible people on the internet, and look out for buying things to impress the people in your circle that maybe are shopping at a level above you. You don't have to keep up with them. You are fabulous at whatever clothing that is at your level right now, if you learn how to style it, and more importantly, if you learn how to have that confidence within yourself, you can pull off any look. So if you need help increasing your confidence or learning how to style, I'm telling you the best way to do that is with me inside of Style Confidence Collective. It's my monthly membership. It is a community of incredible women who are all working to level up within their style and beyond. And I teach you how to style yourself. I teach you how to find confidence. I teach you, various personal development principles to help you elevate and become that next level version. So lauramasai.com/collective if you want to join. It's priced very, very low, super affordable, so anyone can join. I'd love to have you. So come on over to the collective. If you're not ready, just subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out new videos all the time. They're going to help you with your style and your confidence. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.